Hey everybody, it's Gabby. Welcome back. It's been, yikes, like 2 years, I think, at least a year since I last posted. You guys are probably maybe wondering where the heck I've been, what I've been doing, why haven't I posted, what's going on with my skin, so many questions. My hair's doing whatever it wants, apparently. I haven't posted in a really long time, so I feel like I kind of owe, you guys an explanation for where I've been, really. And the theme for this video is kind of like, talking about my skin and, mental health a bit, so buckle up for that. If that's kind of a sensitive topic, I just think it needs to be talked about a little bit, and it ties into where I've been. So, let me just start talking and it'll start to make sense soon. So the first question you guys probably have is like, what's going on with my skin? That's why a lot of you guys follow me, is because my skin started repigmenting. I wore a shirt that would kind of be able to like be easily seen, but it gets still like filling in all over my face. I tried not to cover it up anymore, partially because it's exhausting and partially because I want to set a good example for anybody else who has it. But anyways, it's still repigmenting. It's a very, very slow process, so I don't know if or when it'll fully fill in. It's gonna do whatever it's gonna do, and I'm just gonna be all right with that. But I know you guys are here for that part of update, but I kind of wanted to get into something else, I wanted to talk about like where I've been. So I'm not going to spend too long on this, but I've mentioned before that I was married. I'm not married anymore, and that happened about May last year. The separation, it was a complicated and really messy story, and I've been in therapy because the mental strain, and like I don't even want to put it lightly, but like there was a lot of bad things happening from his end, and I don't want anyone to feel bad for me, so that's why I kind of didn't talk about it for a long time. But there was a lot of bad things that happened in that relationship, and things that I don't know if I'll ever be completely rid of, but we can talk more about that in another video. But I've been dealing with that. I've been going to therapy, and when you live with somebody for as long, when you have somebody in your life as long as I did, they become like a part of you, and they become a part of your life. And when they're no longer there, it's like part of you is missing. You have to figure out who you are without them again, without that piece. Whether or not they were necessarily a great addition, you're still gonna feel that void. And it took me a long time to realize that I'd be okay. And also, I didn't even mention, but just 2 months ago, my ex-husband, I found out that he passed away in some sort of accident, and that kind of restarted my grief journey for me. It's not just even about, the separation. It's about, finding myself again after I felt like I had lost so much. And I, for the longest time, did not really believe in mental health issues. Like I thought, some people were just stronger than others, and I thought that people could just get over it, basically. And that was really insensitive of me to think that. I never said those things out loud, but in the back of my mind, I always did think that. I just thought people could just get over it, and they could just choose to do it if they wanted to. And that's just really not the case, because behaviors and things that are learned over time can't just be shut off like a light switch. It takes time and reprogramming and therapy and training. You have to retrain yourself to be a different way, to be a new way. It's exhausting, to say the least, when you're fighting yourself. So in your mind, in my mind at least, I felt like I was just head to head with myself, battling what I want to be, or what I want to know, and what I think I know. And it just, the bad clashes with the good, and you're trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong, what's up, what's down. You just don't even know what's the truth anymore. And that's the most confusing part, is trying to sift through it, and also try to find who you are. Like, you know, I felt like I lost a big part of myself a long time ago, and it took a long time to get that back. And I don't know how long this whole process takes, but I know it's not something quick. I was with my partner, my ex-husband, for 7 years, and we spent a lot of time together. That's like a decent portion of my life considering I'm 26, you know? That's a long time, and that was a great portion of my life dedicated to somebody and building something that just, in the end, just fell apart, you know? Sometimes things have to fall apart before they can come together, but I really struggled for the better part of 6-7 months, you know? I felt like the bad stuff would never end, and I felt like, when would things get good again for me? Like, I just didn't think that there was the light at the end of the tunnel. I couldn't see it anymore, and it was really depressing. I was in a depression for a long time, and it was like, you know, like nobody could pull me out of it. Like, I had to do it myself. And you know, with the help and support of other people, I could, you know, see glimmers of hope and find the strength to, you know, fight back. But in the end, it was up to me. It was always up to me to figure my way out. And this all kind of ties into like self-esteem and like my mental health and everything, and, you know, my skin, because it's like, I think that I had such low self-esteem from a very young age that I never expected people to treat me to a better standard. I was allowing people to just walk all over me. I just didn't know any better. And some part of me never felt good enough to be able to have better, you know? And I know it's only skin deep. You know, people think it's only skin deep, but it really goes all the way into your mind. And I felt like vitiligo is like such a huge part of my like identity. It's like I don't want it to control me, but in some ways it does, you know, like it's shaped a large part of who I am, the good parts and the bad. And some days it's really hard to live with, you know? I don't want to get emotional about this, but it's just, I don't think that most people understand like the impact something like a condition or disability or whatever you want to call your flaw, like whatever it is that you have, like people just, you know, it might not affect some people to the same magnitude. Maybe it affects people, maybe a lot of people feel the same way that I do, but it's not just skin deep for me. It changed who I am. And I'm still trying to work out all of the bad things that came along with it, but it's so much more complex than I ever originally thought. Like, it changed the way I interacted with people, my self-esteem, the kind of people I accepted in my life, the behaviors of other people that I allowed, the behaviors of myself. You know, I was maybe doing things or seeking validation in ways that I wouldn't have if maybe I just had more self-esteem or more value in myself. And, you know, maybe I wouldn't have gotten into such, you know, terrible relationships if I just valued myself more and respected myself the way I do now. You know, you don't know what you don't know. And maybe everybody struggles that way. Maybe, you know, when we're young, we all date somebody stupid most of the time, you know, like, or, you know, in my experience, a lot of people date somebody stupid or that's not right for them when you're young, because we're all young and dumb, you know, it's just the way that it is. And, you know, over time we get smarter because we learn through experiences, but maybe other people had the same experiences as me and you just date total dickheads and then later on you figure out. But for me, I didn't figure it out till I was 25. So I kind of wanted to talk quickly about some of the things that helped me, because mental health really is no joke. And I just hope that anybody who's struggling with it does know that it does get better eventually, coming from someone who never originally thought that. Some things that really helped me were getting involved in activities that really like excited me. So I'm into martial arts, so I take 3 forms of martial arts and I do that every single day. I'm there 5 days a week. I don't really ever take time off because it's something that ignites me, inside, and it's given me the discipline, the strength, and it's taught me like courage. So that was a huge part of my healing process. Sorry. Martial arts is not going to be for everybody, but I do think that for me in particular, like no matter what you pick, you need to pick something that's going to give you some strength, teach you something, because I don't know who I was before that, but I found myself afterwards, and I'm really thankful. So, and a lot of it was being a part of a community too, of people who cared, wanted to see me do good, and could teach me the ways of strength. So therapy or talking to people if you can. And I didn't go to therapy for a really long time because I had trouble finding a good therapist, but money is also an issue. So if money is a huge factor for a lot of people. So if you don't have that available, try to talk to family and friends. There was days when I couldn't go any amount of time without talking to somebody because I literally felt like I was going insane. So utilize the people around you, for help. Get therapy if you can. I don't know, don't neglect your family and friends and your responsibilities. Sometimes it's really hard for me to get up out of bed to go to work, but at the end of the day, giving up is not an option for me. And I don't want it to be for you either. So if you're struggling, just know that it will get better. And sometimes you can only do the next right thing. I don't know what's going to happen in 5 years from now. I don't know what the heck is going on. I don't think anybody does. But that in particular for me is a really big fear-inducing thing for me, not knowing what's going to happen, because I've just seen a lot of turmoil and terrible things happen this past year. I'm just in a place where I'm just trying to figure out what comes next and also try to help other people too. None of us know what we're doing and everything is confusing, and if you think anybody has it completely figured out, just don't even entertain that idea, because it's absolutely not true. I still am not confident. I'm still not sure of anything. I'm still not sure of myself half the time, and it's all right, because I'll show up and try again tomorrow. But until then, I hope this helps somebody, and I'll see you guys soon.